Michael, Ian told me that it's 31 degrees Fahrenheit in New Zealand today, this morning. But yeah, it's a little warm here today. Thank goodness we're here instead of the other spot where we didn't have much shade and out in the sun and no place to sit. Being down here along the river, at least we get a little bit of breeze through. We need to again thank Chad Furlong and Dan Dawson and all the group that put the shearing stage together. I think they did an absolute wonderful job being able to put all that stuff together. My only suggestion is we paste a couple of sheep faces on those outdates. I swear it works. It sounds stupid, but they do. They look at that and right for them.
Absolutely, and those guys that brought the sheep, Chad and Dan, those guys that all the branches and supplied the sheep, thank you, and thank you to Randy Helms too, instrumental in putting this whole deal together and escaping near death yesterday morning, but showing up anyway like the two-truck tough sheep shearer he is, showing up and giving us a hand and really working a long time before this contest started to help put this contest together. Thank you.
Like Dan and I talked earlier this week, I go, how many sheep did you have to put together? He said, about 400 head. Is that right? About 400 head to put the shearing contest on. It was wonderful to see a 15 head final. It was wonderful to see the blade shearers doing a 4 head. The amount of work that you guys put into this, number one. And Matt? Been a pleasure.
It's been an absolute pleasure to catch up with you again, Gary, after 25 years and get to work with you here these last 2 days.
I want to do this again next year.
We'll be here. Okay. Same bat time, same bat channel right here at the Mike McWilliam Memorial Shearing Contest next year during the Douglas County Land Fair.
I was talking with Tanya, and she said her daughter Stacy would have been here if they raised hogs. And a hog was out and actually farrowed out in the bush. Didn't make it though. Right? No. Well, they had to put a pig down.
Finding a pig in the bush in Powers, Oregon is not going to be an easy task.
Yeah, there's a lot of bush over there. Yes, yeah, that's a good one. Grafting them on. They take them pretty good. Yeah. I know we tried fake sheep, tie in a pen and put a nylon over them, do whatever we have to do to get them to take 2 or 3 babies and, full milker. I don't know if you were here. I don't know if it happened yesterday afternoon. One of those ewes was so full of milk, just putting your foot next to those teats, there was a big squirt of milk that come out. How many of you like cheese, right? If you like good cheese, go find somebody that makes sheep cheese. Extremely mild, very good tasting, a little expensive, but wonderful, wonderful cheese. Mac, what do you say we get Tanya McWilliam up here to hand out the awards as we announce?
I think that's an absolute wonderful idea.
Can you do that? You get to hand out awards. Yeah. We have to score a couple of fleeces out back for the wool handling event. We've got 2 more to score. They'll get through. next year should be the first weekend in June for the Douglas County Lamb Show. We usually put the sheep shearing contest on the same weekend. I can't guarantee there will be as many shearers. It was wonderful to have the national show here. But they have to, there's a point system, so if you want to go and represent the United States, you have to shear. First place is 10 points, second place is 9, so it just goes on down the line. So you're trying to amass points over a 3-year period. And we sat and talked about rules yesterday at the Sheep Shearers Council. It seems to me that years ago, and I gotta find Randy Helms, it seems to me you had to go to the last, you had to at least win one to be able to, there was something in there. Anyway, there wasn't an argument. We're all into the same mode, but we're trying to change the rules just a little bit. We're gonna talk about that over the next 3 years. No, we're gonna talk about that in 3 months. Right, thank you. So that we can have that starting January 1. I'll get this right, so I'm a little slow. Okay, just remember, next year when you come, okay, first Saturday in June is Hawaiian Shirt Day. It would be wonderful to see all of you guys walk in here with a Hawaiian shirt. I've been to a few job sites that they will do that. One day a month, it's Hawaiian Shirt Day. And you ought to see the crazy outfits that some people walk in with. No thought.
Next year, Gary's competing. I'll show up.
What's that?
Next year, Gary's shearing.
Yeah, I probably will shear.
I'll shear an open if you do.
I'll shear in the, well, I don't know if I'll shear in the open. I'll shear in the open competition. I'm getting a little long in the tooth, Jordan. You know, it hurts anymore.
Neither of us are getting younger.
Yeah, and I ain't getting any younger, you know. Michael Estes invited me up. They have a senior, no, it's not a senior division. They call it a golden age division up in Prineville. So I'll be up there in August of this year.
What are the dates of your contest in Prineville, Michael?
August 8th.
August 8th.
August 8th.
August 8th, Crook County Fairgrounds, Prineville, Oregon. Be there, be square. Michael Estes putting together.
Blades and machines.
Wool handling, blades, and machines. He's got it all. Any sheep shearers who want to go enter up there, August 8th, Prineville, Oregon.
What kind of sheep are we going to be shearing up there, Mike? Have no idea yet. One says we'll have wool. Yeah. I think I heard that out of Michael Porra yesterday. Do they shear, Harry? Do they have many goats up here? Angoras? Not very many goats, huh? Yeah, I think I sheared 45 of them one year, and I was done. Oh yeah, dry and lice. Yep. So little that I know about sheep and sheep health. Sheep don't take a lot of drugs. You don't have to put a lot of stuff in them. If they get lice, you shear them. If they get kids or sheep ticks, you shear them. If they have fly strike, you shear them. It seems like everything turns around shearing. So if you're out in the field, of course you see one that's got fly strike. Now they have these battery operated ones, and they work quite well. Little battery, go over there, shear off the butt, make sure we get all the maggots off of them. Yeah, that sounds bad, but if you leave the maggots on there, they start eating that dead and decaying flesh. So get it out. If we can get them in the sun, that all dries up, and we don't have any problems with them anymore. And honestly, in my 35 years of shearing, I think I've gone through 3 or 4 that had maggots back there. I sheared with this gentleman right here, Jake Valentine. I've sheared with him, his mom, and his grandfather, 3 generations of the Valentine family. I sheared with your uncle. Wonderful. His grandpa was way fun. It was way fun in a shearing trailer. Fred and I and Steve Heiniger and I don't know who else, we were down Shearing in California tagging, and they ran the sheep through tomato fields after they'd harvested. And let me tell you, they were very loose, if you get my drift, right? And every once in a while, you'd find one that was dry, and you'd sing out, "I got a dry one." Oh, it was just absolutely miserable. The floor of the trailer was like skating in mud, green mud, ugly. Oh, that don't sound like fun. I have a friend that is a beekeeper, and they will put bees in onions, right? But oh, the nasty smelling honey that comes out of that onion, it's just, they get a lot of pollen and stuff out, but it kind of ruins the hive, if they put it that way.
We've got just a few more tabulations to go in the Woolham one. There's a lot of addition and subtraction there to figure out, and then we'll bring you your awards.
Side story I'll tell you. We kind of chew up time. I'm in Texas working for a utility, doing some work. One of the guys drive up, he needs to get through a gate that we control at the utility out into a windmill farm. They run 1 cow per 10 acres there. If they run any more than 1 cow per 10 acres, the cows starve to death. So I'm talking with the ranch foreman, and I see he talks to me about dark side shearing. I introduce myself, I'm in the agricultural game a little bit, and I says, dark side shearing. He goes, yeah, Jake Valentine. I go, I sheared with Jake right here. He got a hat from him. He really liked, dark side of the moon, right? I sent him out. Didn't we send him a hoodie? I think I bought a hoodie and sent it out for him. Wonderful guy. But yeah, imagine 1 cow for every 10 acres out there in that desert ground in Midland, Texas. They had thousands of acres. They had just a couple hundred head of cows out there. That doesn't make sense. And they literally were walking around the cactus plants, nibbling at the little bit of tiny grasses that grow there.
All right, Gary, we've got some results.
Oh, yeah? So why don't we do this, Matt? Just go down through the numbers and how the numbers look. Don't tell us the name first, okay?
Well, let's bring them up. I'll bring them up in no particular order, and we'll do the numbers as we announce the winners.
Okay,
all right. In our beginners, in no particular order, I'd like to bring up Jake Sexton, Eloise Winter, Leslie Sullivan, and Juan Cornejo, please. This is our beginner shearer category. Come on up, right up to the board. Stand up on the board if you would, please. We should probably start with place number 4.
All right, where's the rest?
1 through 3. So we've got awards for. We've got one. Did we lose? All right, Eloise Lent, Jake Sexton, Juan Cornejo. They still around? All right, looks like Leslie Sullivan is all we have. So I will start at number 4 and work up to number 1. In 4th place with a score of 50.3, Juan Cornejo.
Juan and the Dad are brothers. And they both shear Mexican style. Very good shearers, just a little different technique.
In third place, with a score of 44.5, Eloise Winter. In second place, with a score of 41.4, Jake Sexton. And I'm glad you stayed, Leslie. In first place in our beginner class at the 2025 U.S. Sheep Shearing Championships, Leslie Sullivan. With a killer score of 30.25. Beat the next competitor by almost 11 points.
I thought it sounded like 10 or 11 points. That's a hell of a spread. So she's shearing very good and very quick.
Yeah, we need pictures.
Yeah, pictures.
Oh, that's where we're taking. Do we have an official photographer? Text that to me, will you? All right. Want to move on to our intermediates?
Let's do it, man.
All right, I'm going to bring all four up in no particular order here. Terza Gunther, come on up. Henry Shear, come on up. Blake Thompson, come on up to the board. And Mary Lake, please come up to the board. Terza, Mary. Henry and Blade. We got Henry and Blade. Are they here? Are they gone? Oh, there's Blade. Oh, I did. Henry. Yep, Henry left. I remember that. They said, give anything they have to Chad. He'd get it to him, I think. All right, here we go. I'm going to start with place number 4 with a score of 58.35. This is our intermediate results. Mary Lake.
Yeah, Mary. Nice job.
In third place with a score of 56.7, Terza Gunther. In second place with a score of 50.4, Henry Shear. And in first place, your first place intermediate shear in the 2025 U.S. Sheep Shearing Championships, Blake Thompson with a score of 49.
What's the sport?
Oh, Blade, we gave you the wrong stuff, Blade.
Blade, that's second place.
Blade,
Whoa,
pay attention.
You can't have that. Okay. Now you can have the blue ribbon, Blade.
Let's give him a big round of applause, folks. Thank you very much.
Blade's father is here. Earlier today, John Thompson will wake me up at 3:30 in the morning just to say hi. And he really waked me up. My phone goes off. It's out in the living room. I think it's my daughter or something going on. And I walk out there and it's John Thompson goes, "What are you doing, Gary? Sleeping?" It's nice to see Blade. Blade, told you. Nice job.
All right, we are going to move on to our blade shearing awards.
Good job, you guys.
The winner, the top 2 individuals in our blade shearing will move on to represent the United States at the World Championships in Masterton, New Zealand, 2026. Please come up to the stage. Warren Obstall, Doug Rathke, Mary Lake, and Kevin Ford. All right. In fourth place in our blade shearing division with a score of 93.4, Kevin Ford.
Nice job, Kevin. I think you ought to get extra points for being at your age shearing yet.
In third place with a score of 88.5, Mary Lake.
Yeah.
And in second place with a score of 84.65, Doug Rathke.
Nice job, Doug.
And in first place with a score of 72.35, Lauren Opstall.
Nice to meet you and wonderful sharing, Lauren.
I just want to say a few words here. First off, I want to thank my Lord and Savior, and I thank the Oregon Farm Bureau putting this on, all the volunteers, everybody out here back. They work so hard. All you people here too. Come out and support the U.S. team now, and cheer us on from here on. Thank you.
All right, let's give all our blade cheers a big round of applause.
We didn't break it, did we?
It's steel, it's tough.
All right. Picture. We're getting down toward the end.
We are getting there. We are going to do our wool handling next. And our scores are being written down for me to read as we speak, right on time. If we could have our wool handlers please come up to the board. Nice job, Sarah. Let's give her a hand. All right. In our wool handling, our top four in no particular order. Can I have to the board, please? Helen Aston, Doug Rathke, Brooke Williams, and Catherine Mosier. Helen, where's Helen? Is Helen still here?
Coming, I hear.
She's coming. She's getting some work done back there. There's no rest for the weary, Helen. All right. We'll start out. In our open wool handling, the top two will represent the U.S. at the World Sheep Shearing Championships, Masterton, New Zealand, 2026. In fourth place today, with a score of 405, Catherine Mosier.
Nice job, Catherine.
And in third place, with a score of 376, Helen Aston. In second place in your wool handling, with a score of 313, Doug Rathke. And your winner of your open wool handling at the 2025 U.S. Sheep Shearing Championships with a score of 280, Brooke Williams.
Nice job, all competitors. Nice job. Doug, it looks like you're going to be busy in Masterton. Little blade shearing, little wool handling.
Way to go, Brookie!
All right, let's give all one more big round of applause, please. All right, I want to bring all 8 open shearers up to the board in no particular order. Let's just bring them on up. Timothy Wright, Marcus Irtham, Alex Mosier, Lauren Opstall, Chad Furlong, John Quimby, Paul Aston, and Matthew Bean.